YouTube. Today I'm going to explain why Buddhists are not actually Buddhists. They're missing Buddhahood. Buddha wouldn't have wanted this. Buddha was a real G, and we need to understand how to follow that. Which is, if we check out this chart here, what this says is birth, death. So, start, finish, impact. Here's, the solid line is the Buddhists, right? They get born. And obviously it's more squiggly than this. For the most part, their whole goal is to just become a nothing, Detachment, great. All of these things, super important. But for what? Well, for Buddha, it was so that he could optimize himself to spread the knowledge and the divinity that he found. He spread a movement that caused a lot of change. But what was missed is one of the key 4 vows of Buddha. And that one is called to save all people, okay? They're all following the other 3, but where's the saving, guys? It's great to not do jack shit because you're detaching yourself from all the things which are worthless. That is smart. But you do that in order to make your piece on this chart go up, which is impact. And obviously, Buddha, if you want to be like Buddha, you're gonna have a fuck ton of impact, right? He started Buddhism. It's fucking massive. He's spread his seed. Now, ask yourself, anyone just listening to this video who's not a Buddhist, when has a Buddhist ever tried to share with you some of that great knowledge? Imagine if Buddha did that. Imagine if he did just sit under the tree and did jack all and maximize that. Well, Buddhism wouldn't be a thing. And look, he had it in the 4 main vows. He wrote it. I don't know where we went off the beaten path, but the culture of Buddha is not toward Buddhahood. It's toward Buddhist. Neo-Buddhism, maybe we'll fucking call it. It shouldn't even be called Neo-Buddhism because it's actual Buddhism. Buddhists who make impact would be fucking nice, right? We're missing one of those. There's only 4 vows. One of them save all people. You're not saving people just by fucking putting your legs up and thinking about it. I'm sorry, but you have to go do the things. Anyways, I would love to visit. Well, I went to some Buddhist temples before, but at this time I hadn't become enlightened on the fact that people are missing Buddhahood. And, I definitely like to see how many Buddhists would come to an agreement on this effect and be like, you know what? I am a willpower warrior. I've been maximizing my ability to do jack all and to do whatever I really want to put my mind to, but I'm not putting my mind towards anything, and I'm not spreading the actual enlightenment that I've attained, That's what the Mormons do well. Missionaries. They're on a mission. And that's why everyone has heard about, and gotten pushed Mormonism on them. Although it's got such a bad rap that no one really listens to it. If it's not a vibe, If you want someone to accept something, it has to be good news. Mormons give you bad news. They're like, repent or die. I don't know why anyone thought that shit was a good messaging to spread a fucking, if you want to grab new recruits, hey, come believe this stuff or go to hell forever. It's like, well, I would rather just keep not, thinking about that. And, you have to spread the good news. That's what the gospel's really all about. It's good news. You see, I'm an omnist. I feel like I've started to... There's similarities in all of these different ideas and concepts. Reaching the end of samsara, or heaven, or utopia. It's all similar vibes. But all I really want people to know is Buddhists are not Buddha. They're going, and they need to go, impact, one of the main 4. 75% of the way there, for sure. You want to read the 4 main vows? I actually forget the other 3, but the 4 main vows of Buddha. Vow 1. Oh, it's the first one. Save them all. Okay. I would say they're missing 50% of it because it's the first one, Because the other ones I think are just in order to save them all, If you're going to save them all, you have to...
What are the other ones?
Learn them all. Okay. And so they are doing that, They're continuing just to fucking, focus on learning internally. I think there's a lot to learn just from your internals. I think there's a lot of knowledge in there. I vow to break them all. Obviously, we need a little bit of a description on that one. And anxiety and hate, inexhaustible. The way this Google short snippet is written is kind of hard to read. It was parsed in a weird way. Okay, here we go. Creations are numberless. I vow to free them. Delusions are inexhaustible. I vow to transform them. Reality is boundless. I vow to perceive it. The awakened way is insurpassable. I vow to embody it. So, I feel like they've taken away the delusions. It's like, okay, all that shit doesn't really matter. Reality is boundless. I vow to perceive it. They're definitely very present. It's all mindfulness. Fucking mint. The awakened way is insurpassable. I vow to embody it. Well, they think they're embodying it. But what about fucking line number 1? Creations are numberless. I vow to free them. What Buddhist has helped free me. I haven't heard jack all. I mean, some of them are on fucking YouTube sitting and, doing some, there's definitely preaching Buddhists. But what I'm saying is, I think Buddhists are effective altruists, or Buddha was, and the effective altruist people act very differently than the Buddhas. And the lack of the effective altruist people is the lack of their ability to push away the delusions. Like, Buddhas it's truly an army of willpower warrior, they're mint on being able to be like, let me do that thing, and I'm just gonna do that, and that's what I need to do. But they don't have that thing besides a maximizing of, exhausting all delusions. You have to form something in reality and say, this is worth doing. There's people fucking suffering. That's to me how I feel, where I'm like, yeah, I actually wouldn't mind just only meditating all day. That'd be a lot easier in some sense. In some sense, it's comfort to feel like the one true goal is just to fucking maximize. Anyways, I could literally go on for such a long time, so, I mean.